Did you tell him to play that music?
That's my jam.
That's
right there.
Back in the day. All right, rapid fire. Here we go. We're gonna kick this hump up a notch, right? Okay. So we're here to tell you guys about a campaign we did back in April called Tornado Week. A little quick show of hands. Does anybody know what we're talking about? I had no idea about this Lizzie thing. Anybody heard of Tornado Week? Anybody Twitters? No? Okay.
Are there any pretty little liars who might want to lie to us? No, thank you. Oh, you guys are great.
I need to grab the clicker. Here we go. It's very meta of me. Come on, clicker. I did. I wasn't supposed to do that, was I?
You want the black one?
I do. I have the black one. Click. Am I hitting the right thing? Sorry, guys. What? Here we go. Something's working. Is it that one? Oh, dude. This doesn't even look like a clicker. Okay, here we go. So, yeah, there you go. Thank you. On point. Talk to you after the presentation. All right, so we got 13:48 left. Let's make this quick. Okay. Social and mobile agency Vert is. So let's keep the conversation going on Twitter here for all of us too. Love to hear commentary and questions, but this is who's talking. And we're gonna tell you about Tornado Week. So what we did, Vert is a digital agency here, or actually over in Atlanta on the right coast. First time out here, and it was the first time we actually worked with Brandon and the Weather Channel team. They came to us with a kind of a crazy opportunity about 3 weeks out from the day that this week of programming, Pretty Little Tornadoes, would go on April through the beginning of May. And he sent us this RFP, and I think I'm quoting you properly when he said, hey, we found you on Google, and we're RFPing a bunch of agencies, and we don't really think you're going to bring us anything special, but if you want to throw some ideas out there, go for it.
It was something like that. It was a little bit like online dating, if you will. I perused several profiles, came across Vert, and then I just, hoped for a nice date at the end of the week and hoped that he was not the Craigslist killer. And actually, he wasn't. Things turned out pretty okay.
And here we are.
Here we are to tell our story.
So the goal was, in quotes, this is from the RFP, generate buzz and create awareness via social media. And I'll let Brandon elaborate more on the reason that was the goal, but literally it was 3 weeks, and we'll just say that our budget was very efficient.
Yeah, so I don't know if you guys are aware of the Weather Channel, but much of our audience is, 65 plus. So we wanted to figure out how can we reach new viewers who, skew a little bit younger. And of course, social was the way we wanted to go. So when we figured out that we wanted to, just generate some buzz, we know that, people playing shuffleboard aren't gonna generate much buzz. So we said, let's engage social, let's engage Vert. And that's where they came up with this fantastic idea.
So we threw a bunch of ideas. We all got in a room, got the agency, and came up with a bunch of ideas. And this is the one that won out. And it was kind of a perfect storm, if you will, pun intended, that we were able to pull this off. I think any agency folks in the crowd, we love coming with big, huge ideas, but it always seems like legal shoots it down, or there's just a budget issue or a timing issue. And this is, I think the reason why we're up here and we're telling this story is because I think the story behind how this came about is almost as exciting as just the results and what the audience and consumers saw. But we basically said, hey, if you guys are up for it, we want to put 11 high-powered industrial fans in an office in your building, throw some interns at a desk for 11 hours a day for 5 days of Tornado Week. We're gonna build in approximately 7 business days this crazy Twitter hashtag archiving wind monitor. And we're just gonna keep turning these fans up as people talk about this thing. And we're gonna give a persona. I guess one of my favorite things about where we're positioned in today's lineup is everything's about interacting in real time with these characters. And that's very much what we did, but instead of, like with Pretty Little Liars, et cetera, this wasn't the actual programming, this was the marketing campaign for the programming, but it fits perfectly with everything else everyone's talking about.
Yeah, exactly, and in order for us to engage people, that's why we had the intern tweeting from the desk and everything, eliciting suggestions, what they would do in the tornado room. Then what we would do is we would have the intern tweet, watch X program tonight at 9. We would put signs on the desk so that we were engaging these people, but we weren't just wasting it, so to say. We were saying, hey, there's there's some programming on the Weather Channel that you guys should turn to now and you should turn to tonight.
And we did seed it a little bit. You know, obviously, Weather Channel's got some great owned media, but we did kind of supplement it with some paid media, some promoted tweets, some TrueView stuff. So just to kind of kickstart it, and that was a big key piece of it. Quick breakdown of the team. I think it puts it into good perspective. Brandon here basically facilitated everything in-house at the Weather Channel. They handled all of the video equipment, all of the on-camera talent, the actual room, all of that equipment, and without that, this would have completely fallen apart. And we supplemented with, with kind of a dream team, both who was spending time with Brandon in-house every day, but also at the back of the agency, sort of pulling the strings and managing this, this character. We created a Tornado Week Twitter handle to kind of represent the show, and then all of the different interns also were, encouraged to speak to the audience and interact with them, and that was really the key piece of this, why this was successful. So this is what we built. This just was a microsite that lived as a landing page. It lived on weather.com, and it was basically just a big header with a dead simple call to action and name. We're big fans of simpler always wins. So it was just, hey, we're doing crazy shit on YouTube live, and you can tweet about it and make it crazier, and this is where it's all happening. And that was it. There was no real magic to this, and what really made it successful was the real-time capability that you could see these numbers ticking up. One of the big things, if you want to tell them, is the collaboration between client and agency in this was unbelievable.
And it was kind of out of necessity as well. As Kevin mentioned, we kind of got the budget approved for this about 3 weeks ahead of time. So we knew if we wanted to get stuff done, we were going to have to move quickly, and we were just going to have to make decisions on the fly. So while we typically would get caught up in the world of legal and whatnot, in this case, we kind of couldn't because we just had to react very quickly. So, what Kevin's talking about here is where you see 50,265 tweets. Once we got up to the 10,000 mark, the way the site was initially designed, it just said 10K. Well, we realized on our side, people aren't going to understand that once you get to that 10K mark, that people are still actually tweeting and there is an active counter. So, we talked on the fly, said, hey, let's put the exact Twitter count on there. Kevin's team was able to implement that instantaneously, and I think that helped us keep the conversation going.
Yeah, the direct feedback. And we're going to run a clip right now just to kind of show you behind the scenes. This was shot right at the beginning, so the room is very clean.
Hi, I'm Dave Malkoff inside the Tornado Week Twitter Tornado Simulator. Let me explain what that is. This looks like an office, but it's not really. You've got all these industrial fans set up in a studio here in the basement of the Weather Channel. Now these are just blowing just a little bit. You can do that old thing that you used to do as a kid, But you can increase the power of these industrial fans on your cell phone or your computer. This is Cameron right back here. Hey, Cameron. So what happens when somebody tweets the hashtag Tornado Week?
So when you use the hashtag Tornado Week, it all goes into our tracking system, and when we reach certain benchmarks, we turn on another fan.
So the fans actually get more and more powerful, reaching something like an F5 tornado, right?
Exactly.
What has to happen for this to go to an F5?
Everybody needs to get on and use hashtag Tornado Week.
We're going to put it up on your screen, Tornado Week. That's what it looks like. You're going to use that hashtag, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then what happens?
Then I go in and turn on some fans.
Oh my goodness! And we're gonna have. Thanks so much, Cameron. Hey, you got a big job here for you. So as the day goes along, we're gonna have several of our on-camera meteorologists. We're gonna have Dr. Greg Forbes sitting here, right at Tornado Week and hashtag Tornado Week. You can make this stuff go flying. The flowers are gonna go, the papers are gonna go. We got some plants here, so this is gonna go crazy. Remember, hashtag Tornado Week. That's what you wanna use to make these fans turn on and blow some tornado debris at your favorite Weather Channel personalities. Good luck, everybody. We gotta get to that million.
So that was our big, hairy, audacious goal, was 1 million tweets. That was just never going to happen, right? But that's what, in theory, what would happen once we hit that. It was going to be the effective wind speed of an F5 tornado.
And just to hop in here, one of the great things about this from an internal point of view was, when we pitched the idea internally, a lot of people didn't hop on board right away. So there was a lot of hard selling to get this approved in the first place. Our live programming team really wasn't sure how this would go. They thought it would be a pretty big disaster, and we knew that, that was a possibility. However, once this started rolling, our on-camera talent embraced it fully, and without, their contributions, it would not have been, the success that it was, and we wouldn't have been able to, land on the Today Show like you.
Yeah, and and we're gonna go through a quick little timeline here. And one of the things that's like way ahead of this timeline is when we were planning, I remember going down the stairs to the basement, and Brandon's boss, Vicky, looks at me and she's like, "Oh, so who are you guys? You build like in-house tornadoes?" And I was like, "We've never done this before, but we're gonna do it." And she goes, "Okay, cool, we're really excited about it, but I just wanna let you know that if you do all this work and then a real tornado kills some people like the week of or before this, we're just not gonna be able to do it at all." So we just kind of had a lot of faith and got kind of lucky. And this is kind of how it went down. We launched the Monday of Tornado Week at about 10 or 11 a.m. after a little bit of technical stuff. And we launched some paid media. That helped hugely. And how many folks follow Weather Channel on Twitter right now?
I know we have over 1 million.
It's a lot. So having that piece of it and promoting that and just really driving really early, we were trending nationwide within about 3 hours. And of course, BuzzFeed, who is infamous for talking about what people are talking about, they pick it up, and then Mashable sees BuzzFeed, and they don't want to be left out, and they have FOMO, and they start talking about it, and it just kind of snowballed from there. So all these things happened in a pretty specific succession, and here's some of the total number of retweets of BuzzFeed's tweet about it, 11 fans there. By the end of the week, we had just shy of about 50,000 mentions of Tornado Week, which, for the Weather Channel, I'm pretty excited about.
It was pretty amazing. We've seen some charts in the past about, other networks and how many tweets they get on any given day, and it's, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands. And the same chart, Weather Channel, our bar is about this big. So to achieve all these tweets in the matter of a week was, phenomenal for us.
We had about a little over a year's worth of human time and viewing of the actual live stream.
Even though that included none of you, but
yeah, it's
all
okay.
right.
You weren't the target. Krispy Kreme, we got brands involved as part of the social messaging strategy. Krispy Kreme ended up sending over donuts for us, and we integrated them. We had a huge number of press coverage, as we can, our big fancy estimations there. Did get over 170,000 visits to the Weather Channel, which is phenomenal. And our Mashable coverage was great. Actually, I haven't even told you this. We're up for a Mashie Award. Cha-ching.
Very nice.
Some of your numbers.
Yeah, then on the TV side, we accomplished a lot of our goals. We got younger audience, increased time spent viewing, which is something that we're always striving to achieve. We outperformed the previous year's Storm Week by 59%, which was huge. And we increased our viewership in primetime by 11%.
You like those little TV heads there?
Yeah, that's beautiful.
I found that on Google Images. All right, so how did this actually happen? Because we're obviously not one of these amazing, Weather Channels, we love Weather Channel, right? There's a round of applause for Weather Channel. But it is not, prime time network television. We realize this. So we realized we kind of got a little bit lucky, and what caused that. So making a big splash early was huge with the paid support and getting the OCMs on board and kind of putting all our eggs in that early basket, spending more early on. Asking, one of the big things, you can elaborate more on this, Malkoff is kind of a crazy on-camera meteorologist, and he went the shameless self-promotion route. He just got up in there and wrote his Twitter handle on and was just telling people he would shout them out if they tweeted. And that's a lot of what caused that early trending, and a lot of it just snowballed from there. What we found out from this is you can't really just get coverage from Mashable or coverage from ABC News. You have to kind of earn it, and certain things have to happen. And hitting those key milestones in succession is really what paid off for this. That real-time feedback was key. Being able to tweet, see your number go up, see yourself on that page, get some feedback from the on-camera folks. So, I don't know. It was cool. So we got like 21 seconds for questions if anybody wants anything. Otherwise, you can come talk to us afterward. Be happy to talk to you about it. And if you want to do crazy ideas like this, we like to do them. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.